guys and welcome back. In today's video, I want to share a story plot from a movie called Hidden. The movie was released in 2015. It tells a story about a family of three who have to survive living underground in a bunker. And their story of survival got even darker and scarier as they were hunted by some unknown creatures who tried to break into their bunker. This movie has a very unpredictable plot twist at the end. So, warning, spoilers ahead. A family of three, Ray, Claire, and their daughter Zoe, have taken refuge in an abandoned fallout shelter. Their town was totally destroyed, and they are now the only survivors left. They must hide underground because up there lurks evil creatures that they call the Breathers, who's been hunting and killing humans. Zoe carves the wall as a mark for each passing day, and now it has been 301 days since they lived down here. The family has 4 sets of rules that they must obey. 1. Don't make a noise. 2. Never lose control. 3. Never leave the shelter. And 4. Never talk about the Breathers. The bunker they live in is protected by a solid steel door, and Ray strengthened the barricade with iron chains. This bunker also had a small air duct, but it's too small for a grown man or maybe even the Breathers to sneak in from there. Ray made a periscope so they can monitor the surrounding outside through the air duct. They stock up canned foods for their daily rations, but one day they discover that the rations are also being consumed by a rat. The rat just wasted 2 weeks of the family's rations. Little Zoe accidentally sees the rat while she was playing. Ray tried to stab the rat with a pocket knife, but it got away. Claire managed to kill it, while the rat was trying to escape through a small hole down the wall. Unfortunately, during the rat hunting, Ray accidentally knocked over one of the lamps and caused a fire inside the bunker. After they put out the fire, the family quickly realized that the smoke and ashes produced from the fire were drifting up in the air duct. Ray worried that these will give away their position to anyone in the area, making their hiding place become visible. Claire and Ray must go to the surface to clean their traces and hide their shelter. Zoe stayed in the bunker and used the periscope to check around. Until suddenly, she spotted a shadow figure in the distance. Zoe thinks that those shadows are the Breathers. Disregarding her mother's rule, Zoe climbs to the surface to warn her parents. She managed to warn them, and it turned out that the shadows were just a pack of deer. But Claire noticed something else. Those deer were running because they were frightened. They all managed to go back into the shelter, but something is following them. Their underground bunker was spotted by the Breathers. The three trying to keep silent and not to make any noises, but the string on Zoe's doll got caught on a pipe screw. The doll made a lot of noises. Ray had to slice the doll open so he can break the soundbox inside. But it was too late. The Breathers know that there are humans hiding down in the bunker. One of the Breeder attempts to break in. Claire is trying to hold the door barricade, and she gets to meet eye to eye with one of the Breathers. Ray joined her with an iron bar and used it to block the steel door valve. But in the end, more and more Breathers come into the area and trying to break the bunker door, until they finally made it to break in. Claire and Zoe managed to escape through the air duct. But Ray was too big for the small air duct size. He broke his own shoulder, hoping that it will help him to slip through the air duct.
Are you okay?
Remember our promise. Zoe comes first.
But eventually, the breeders caught him. Claire and Zoe ran and tried to find a place to hide. They ended up on a highway where they were stopped by a helicopter. "301 days ago, there was a virus outbreak in a small town named Kingsville. Ray and Claire were confused when they saw their neighbors were rushing to leave their homes. Soon, the family also tried to flee and leave town. But the only exit road was blocked by the military. The entire town was under quarantine and nobody was allowed to leave. As the people of Kingsville were panicking, their small town was destroyed by the military jet fighters. In order to contain the virus outbreak, the government decided to kill all the population. Ray, Claire and Zoe managed to escape and hide inside this bunker.
Zoe, come on.
And they also found out that they were already infected by the virus. They've been hiding in this underground bunker until today.
We're infected.
Claire and Zoe are caught in a net fired from the helicopter. And for the plot twist of the story, the breeders are actually American soldiers wearing night vision goggles and oxygen masks. Those gears protect them from the airborne virus. After knowing that Claire and Zoe were infected, the soldiers prepared to execute them. Knowing that her child is in danger, Claire, who are desperate, could not control her anger anymore. She begins to turn into some kind of zombie-like creature. Ray suddenly appears and kills one of the soldiers. Ray also has turned into this scary creature with black arteries and dark eyes. Under this zombie-like form, he has a remarkable super physical strength and agility. The soldiers had to fire multiple shots at him to finally bring him down. Claire and Zoe escape from the net, and the furious Claire also physically transformed just like Ray. She attacked the soldiers and brutally massacred them. One of the soldiers managed to shoot her. Claire fell from the shot wound. But before the soldier is able to kill Claire, suddenly someone jumped to the air and attacked the soldier. It was Zoe, who happens to also change into this zombie-like creature.
You don't have to kill him.
Zoe, who is raging and full of anger, also attacked Claire.
Stop it, Zoe.
But Claire reminds her of one of their rules: to never lose control. Zoe finally turns back into her human form. Claire and Zoe sit with Ray during his final moment, saying their final goodbye.
I love you.
Claire noticed the helicopter is coming back, and so the two flee and hide into a dark sewer. While they were hiding in the darkness, they heard someone approach. The visitor shouted a word, and Zoe replied by reflex. The visitor turned out to be Joe, Zoe's best friend and next-door neighbor. It turned out that Ray, Claire, and Zoe were not the only survivors. Joe led them to another underground bunker, and inside the bunker, there were other people who were also infected just like them. And now, they finally found a new shelter and will continue to survive. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next video.